Here is something that you will need to know before we actually talk about the banner itself. You are highly recommended to max the current event support card. This card is going to be a very core component of Guts builds in Make a New Track. She also gives some incredibly high value hints such as Winter Runner, Medium Corners, and PTO on her second event chain. When using the support card, remember to cut the event chain at the second event, click bottom for 20 skill points, and playtime's over an incredibly strong defensive skill for Yukino Bijin Guts card. So yeah, that's going to be the PSA for Yukino Bijin. Remember to max this card. This card is very, very important. You can pretty much build a full free-to-play deck out of this card. And also to keep an eye out on the next event card, which is Marvelous Sunday Power card, which serves a similar purpose in the Make a New Track scenario. You will need to max both of these support cards. These support cards are very, very important for your account, and they are literally on par, if not even superior to some SSRs. We're now going to be talking about the Gacha banner itself. In this banner, I would like to especially talk about Gold City and also SSR Curren. These two are going to be the main talking points of this banner. So we're going to be starting off with Gold City. Gold City has a very strong bonus of 8 speed, 8 power, and 14 wit. This is a very healthy bonus that puts some emphasis onto the luxury stats, which is power and wit. Speed being 8% is comfortable and can allow you to max speed in 2 support cards if you're running a speed wit build. This is a very, very strong bonus. Her aptitudes include Dirt D, and also a very picky like Medium B and Long B. This aptitude allows for her to run on Dirt. Dirt D is totally fine, and you can easily put Dirt D into Dirt A with like just 7 Dirt Sparks. This makes it so Gold City is actually a runnable Dirt Uma on mild races. And you can run her on the Dirt CM, you can run her in the Dirt Team Trials, and so she's actually pretty flexible in terms of running surfaces or distance aptitudes. She also can serve as a decent spark career, although this is kind of only relevant a little bit more down the line when we want GGPs, we want Umas that can be very flexible in different distances. Therefore, right now, we can't utilize full potential of Gold City yet. Generally, this is a very healthy distance aptitude, surface aptitude. You can literally bring her pretty much anywhere. It's pretty good. Her main strategy is Pace Chaser, and that is because of her unique skill. Dancing in the Leaves is a hybrid unique skill that gives you speed and acceleration when you are engaged in a challenge in the mid-pack on the final corner. This is a strong Pace Chaser acceleration or like potential hybrid speed carryover skill that can be used on tracks such as Tenosha Autumn, Tokyo 2000 meters, where the late game is a little bit after the 4th corner. If your Gold City struggles or engages in a challenge here, which means like in human terms have somebody next to her for more than 2 seconds, she will proc the unique skill and run it down right here. Gold City is strong on Tenosha Autumn, and she can also kind of go to other tracks such as like Mile Championship or pretty much like any 4th corner and beyond acceleration zone course. She can kind of try and gamble for her unique skill to proc on a correct timing and also have like a very strong speed carryover and acceleration effect going into the late game. However, this unique skill is not consistent by any means. This unique skill, generally speaking, is going to be more of a gamble skill for Pace Chaser, and also it's not recommended to inherit this unique skill. One more tip on the block side continue time part is that if you are Gold City on the Unity Cup, right? If you want to run her in CM7, you should not be buying this skill. Its on is going to be a little bit iffy for Gold City on CM7. You want to engage a challenge with the front pack, so like the 3rd place, 4th place front runner. But if you proc its on, there might be a chance where you will just disengage from the challenge because now you're way too fast and you just overtake the guy. So if you want this unique skill to proc more consistently, don't buy its on. That's going to be it for the Gold City unique skill. I think you can also run her late surger if you're confident enough, or if you're running solo Ace Gold City on CM7 with double Dominator. That is quite greedy though, but you could do that. Her innate skills are going to be Rainy Days, Opening Gambit, Be Still, and Late Surger Savvy. Battle Formation is a terrible skill. It's really bad and pretty much does nothing. Battle Formation is a skill that dulls movement for runners ahead when positioned towards the back early race. This is a debuff skill that decreases acceleration, which means that it's literally not going to work. This will proc, 3 seconds, 5 seconds in the game. This accumulate time larger than equal to 3 seconds means it won't proc in the first 3 seconds of the game, which means that after all the frontrunners have already finished accelerating, you are needing to gamble this this gold skill, which procs randomly in the early game. By this time, by 3 seconds in, 5 seconds in, the 0.4 XL frontrunner is finished accelerating. You are not going to get anything out of this skill. Sorry, I used like a CM7 medium race for an example, but this gold skill really just does nothing. Don't buy this skill. It's really terrible. It's even worse than Tantalizing Trick. Tantalizing Trick at least does something, but this skill does nothing. Do not buy. Late Surgery Corners, S tier skill. This is like the only good skill in the kit. Lion Weight is also a decent skill, I would say. On CM7, we can use General Roy to acquire Lion Weight. Even my Major Ryan on CM7, my prototype Ryan on CM7 does buy Lion Weight. So this is a decent recovery skill that procs consistently in the early game in the latter half, which by the late half of the early game, you're going to be spending enough stamina to just get a full recovery effect. This recovery skill is usable and ties in pretty decently with her stat bonus. That's going to be the idea for Gold City's entire kit. She's going to get Slick Surge from her bottom option in one of her events. She's also going to get 1.5 mil CC from her other custom event. These two skills, surprisingly, is actually pretty good. Slick Surge and 1.5 mil CC means that she can not need to run Nice Nature, and you can just run like Slick Surge for an extra gamble acceleration skill. But that's going to be about it for Gold City. We're going to be moving on to Symboli Rudolf. Her stat bonus is going to be 8% speed, 14% stamina, and 7% wit. I'm not really sure what 14% stamina is supposed to do here. Generally speaking, this is not by any means a terrible stat bonus, but it's kind of confusing. Even till this day, I still haven't really figured out why they released Symboli Rudolf Festival, because this character is really not that strong. Let me explain. The most optimal strategy for Symboli Rudolf Festival is actually going to be Frontrunner instead of Pace Chaser or Late Surger. This is due to how her unique skill works. Her unique skill, Arrows, Whistle, Shadow Disperse, is going to be a unique skill that increases velocity when pressured by another runner in the front part of the pack on the final corner or later. Therefore, this unique skill, as long as you're on like the final corner and beyond, and you are an overtake target for more than 2 seconds, and you are in first place to 5th place, it's going to give you a 0.35 increased target speed by 6 seconds. This is 1 second longer than the standard 5-second 0.35 duration. This unique skill is strongest as a frontrunner and kind of awkward as Pace or Late Surger, because for Symbol Rudolf to be a target of an overtake, you need to have somebody be faster than you from the back. If you are in front of somebody that is faster than you, that means on Pace Chaser, you are You are the faster Pace Chaser, and the other Pace Chaser behind you is going to be slower than you, because, they lost the Pace Chaser duel. You are first pace you are faster than them, there's no way they are going to proc your unique skill because they don't see you as a double hit target. For this unique skill, it is strongest on frontrunner, it is most consistent on frontrunner, and she is actually going to be a decent front on the CM7 10-neutral auto. This unique skill doesn't work on Page Chaser. If you are having an overtake target time larger than equal to 2 on a Page Chaser, that means the Late Surger is right behind you. That's a little bit too close. If you are the Page Chaser in front of another Page Chaser, then you're not the overtake target because you're literally already faster than them. So this unique skill is best procced on front runner, where at like the final corner around that area, your target speed is going to be lower than the Page Chasers, whatever, and you're going to be overtake target for 2 seconds, then you're going to proc this unique skill. However, since the duration is like whopping 6 seconds, right? 6 seconds on CM7, for example, even if you insta-proc this unique skill, it's going to leak like a massive duration into the late game. And that is generally like not that ideal, I would say. This unique skill is sometimes quite difficult to utilize fully. I think this is a little bit potential unique skill. If you have love, if you really like Rudolf, you can try to make it work. I think there is certain stuff that you can do on Rudolf that can make this front Rudolf work on different tracks. Taking a look at her unique skills, or innate skills, sorry. She has Fall Runner, Inside Scoop, Stamina to spare. Her gold recovery skill on like her part 3 is actually a Page Chaser skill, which unfortunately is killed. Straight descent, rip. Page Chaser straightaways, rip. She's not that good as a pace, really. And you can't utilize her full potential if you run her Page Chaser. And if you run her Page Chaser, yeah, you have to sack one of them. And usually I'm leaning more towards going front and just losing these skills. If you are kind of like lazy, or if you don't need to run her to her full potential, you just want her to be on your team, you can go Page Chaser. You can still go for it, I guess. Straight Descent is useful on certain tracks, definitely not on CM7. Do not buy Straight Descent on CM7. Inside Scoop is okay on long races. Not okay, sorry. This is a very, very strong skill on what's that called? On long races, any long race in general. Ball Frenzy is a very expensive skill that gives you an extra 60 power. Because when you double circle Fall Runner, you already get 40 speed. So you're extra getting like 40 power, 60 power, which to be honest, I don't think it's worth 130 skill points for another 60 power. Her event skills, she has Rainy Days for green skills on Frontrunner, or to proc groundwork. She has Prepare to Pass, which is alright, I guess, and another Page Chaser skill. She has pretty much every Page Chaser skill, actually. I wish she was a little bit stronger on pace, but if you are able to make her really, really strong on a frontless lobby as a Page Chaser, I think she can make work, actually. Like, now that I'm looking at her skills, you can make her definitely work if you just abuse the shit out of like Page Chaser straightaways, corners. You can go for Page Chaser still on CM7. Just remember that unique skill is going to be leaking effect. She does have a random extra fast learner event. This is pretty cool. And she does have hint level 2 on Page Chaser corners and Prepare to Pass. I'd say Rudolf is not that crazy strong. You can definitely make work in global where there are not that many frontrunners. But it depends on what the CM7 environment is going to look like. But generally speaking, this Uma can be utilized. Maybe not to the fullest, but can be utilized depending on the environment. You can make her work if you have love. Alright, moving on to the support cards. I'm just going to be very, very quick with the Naruto Brian SSR stamina card. I'm not going to stall that much because this card really is like super nothing burger. A stamina card released at this timing with what the hell does she have? She has like literally the same support skills as the SSR speed card. So you can just get the skill hits from like, you can get right-handed, you can get Outswell, Inside Scoop, straight corners, long straight away, Lone Wolf from the other card, the free one, instead of this one. And then you release a stamina card on a scenario where stamina is like a very easy to accomplish stat. You have Riko Kashimoto, which kind of kills stamina. So in what instance are you going to be requiring a stamina card? It's going to be when it's a long race and you require a gold recovery skill. All you're bringing stamina or power cards for is the gold recovery skill. And which makes this card completely worthless because what does it give? It gives Beeline Burst. Voila! Like, Beeline Burst, sure, it got buffed. It's now a 2.4 second duration straight away skill, and also if you bring Kira-san Black, you'll be able to get the hint. This card, it just doesn't synergize well with the Unity Cup scenario. And if you have Riko, as long as you have Riko Kashimoto in your deck, it's a very efficient support card that pretty much everybody at least has the R version of it. You don't need the support card. You don't require these hints because Narita Bryan on her speed card actually gives a higher hit level 3, which is 3 plus 1 is 4. It gives a higher hit level than the stamina card, which is a MLB SSR whatever card. Like, you're not spending 60k carats on this support card. Just skip it, ignore it. This card is pretty much dead on arrival. There's not really that much reason to use this card over this card for hints as well. So, you know, just move on from this card. This card is not real. Now we are going to be talking about the Curren-chan wit card. Curren-chan is actually worth it to talk about because she is going to be the third strongest wit card in the current environment as of right now. This support card has 65 specialty priority. Ever wondered why your Wit Fine Motion or Wit Nice Nature wouldn't go on Wit? That's because they have a 35 specialty priority at MLB. These two cards, although have a very, very effective, very strong training, they suffer from having a low specialty priority, and they often just don't go on Wit. And it sometimes will feel like it's not consistent during the run. Certain SR cards have a better specialty priority of like 50, which makes it so it goes on to Wit a little bit more often. Comparing to 50 is like 23 to 25, you'll get a little bit more Wit stacks on Wit. Now, enter Curren-chan. Curren-chan with 65 specialty priority is for a good while the Wit card with the highest specialty priority. On the Unity Cup scenario, Curren-chan Wit is going to have a decent Wit training. She's not going to super outperform like Machikane Fukitaru, but she does have a higher specialty rate and also a stronger race bonus. Curren-chan is a little bit of a Fukitaru plus. Her hints, however, are not as superior to Fuku, for example, giving late surger corners and also right-handed guaranteed. Curren-chan is going to be useful on Sprint CM. She has Sprint straightaways, sprinting gear, meticulous measures, and also perfect prep. And also Playtime's Over. Playtime's Over is in her first event. You can instantly end her event chain and get PTO or hint level 1. On Sprint CM, she has meticulous measures and perfect prep. Perfect prep needs to gamble, but if you hit, you get like a level 3 hit. This is a gamble skill that procs in the middle game, alright? This procs on the middle game on Sprint, but given that this acceleration skill, this is not a lane movement skill, alright? This is a mainly gamble acceleration skill. So given that a sprint race is relatively shorter, and this lasts for 4 entire seconds, you can gamble for this skill to proc at a correct timing in the middle game and have it carry over into the late game for a tiny bit of extra acceleration. This is a gamble skill on Sprint. the entire meta is pretty much just centered around gambling acceleration skills, and this skill is what you can consider buying for the Sprint CM. Intimidate is actually one of the strongest skills on Sprint. Intimidate is very, very strong because it decreases current speed for 3 seconds for 0.2. This is pretty much just like a very heavy-hitting strong debuff that you will want on your Pace Chaser or Frontrunner on Sprint races. So overall, Curren-chan is going to be like the number 3 wit card. She's not the strongest wit card, but if you miss the pull on Nice Nature and you really want to run a wit card right now, you can go for Curren-chan. Curren-chan is not Nice Nature level in terms of race bonus. And in terms of training, Nice Nature in terms of just raw roaming, because she has a 15% training effect compared to like 5% plus 15% motivation effect, plus 45 motivation effect. This is like pretty much even. These two are relatively close in terms of training effect, but then the skills, I think Curren-chan will win a little bit. Curren-chan has better skills than Nice Nature purely because of Playtime Over. Overall, Curren-chan is a decent replacement for Nice Nature if you currently don't have Nice Nature. I personally will only recommend pulling if you are a Team Trials player or a whale, or you can just afford to MLB any card at any moment. Then Curren-chan can be handy to use. And also, her event, just to remember that Intimidate is a very strong skill on Sprint. You will want this skill. That's going to be about it for Curren-chan. This is a decent Sprint card and also a decently strong wit card. That's going to be it for this video. Remember to max the Yukino Bijin Gets card. This is Charles of Victoria Frontier. I'll see you guys in the next video.